Hey there, folks. Well, time for another tour of my convoluted mind. My mind has a lot of convolutions. I've been collecting them for years. Basically, today, what I want to talk about is making myself do more, expend more effort, invest my energy into things. Because I know for a fact that despite what the depression will tell me, I would be much better off if I did more. The more I do, the better I feel. The more I am able to get myself to be busy and to do things which take, a significant amount of effort, the lower my anxiety level, because my anxiety is largely caused by having all this energy bouncing around in my brain with nowhere to go. There's times in my life where I do more and I feel better, and yet somehow my depression keeps me from connecting those two things in the way it should be connected. It keeps me from going, therefore, I should do that. Or it doesn't keep me from knowing that I should, it just keeps me from doing it. I guess I've lived this really, idle existence for so long that doing more feels dangerous. I was just talking with my therapist, and we were talking about the feeling that depression gives me, that I'm just barely holding my guts in, and that therefore, when you feel like you're barely hanging on, that's not exactly going to make you feel like taking risks or doing new things. It makes you feel like anything that destabilizes is going to be catastrophic, even if it's a thing that should demonstrably make things a lot better. You're still scared to do it because it's different, because it's changed, because it destabilizes things. And that's my fundamental conflict. The things that I know, not just that I should do in some abstract sense of, duty or obligation, or what makes someone a good person, or any of that bullshit. No, what I should do in order to not feel this bad. It's truly an encounter with your own insanity when you realize that there's a thing that will make you feel better, and yet that's not enough motivation to make you actually do it. It makes me feel like I've got $1 million in the bank and I can't spend it. I can't bring myself to spend it. I mean, how fucked up would that be, right? I feel like I'm slowly moving to a place where, instead of being all sort of balled up inside and with my back turned to reality and trying to essentially practically disappear up my own ass. Sorry, that was an arresting image. I kind of distracted myself there. Instead of being all up in myself, relaxing and uncurling and opening my arms and my lungs, breathe deep and embrace reality. See the world as a place where I can go and find things that make me happier. It seems like a strange thing to have to consciously remind oneself of, but I have lived this life of screens and no real contact with the real world for a real long time. I mean, I'm 52, for fuck's sakes. So to change that it requires a significant amount of effort, and it doesn't change quickly. Often I feel like I'm very slowly prying myself open, which is also kind of an arresting image, actually. But it's how I feel. Like, I've got a crowbar and I'm just very slowly working the door to myself open a little crack at a time, you know, like I'm a prisoner digging his way to freedom, like one stolen spoonful at a time, you know. The spoon does get bigger over the years, so progress is made in that sense. Maybe I've even got a shovel by now. It is frustrating. It is very frustrating to strain against my own limitations so much. There's a lot of damage I got to overcome. Then again, this probably wouldn't be a problem if I could just make myself do more. Just get all this energy out. I would probably be a much calmer, more centered, more secure person. So that's where I am right now. Contemplating making myself do more stuff. Guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.